Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google Drive. I'm in a personal account, but if you had a school account, it'd be very similar because your little shortcuts that you would use would be right here. So if I go to Drive, right, mine is color-coded, and we covered this, where you organize your content. The most important stuff is at top, right? And then you can alphabetize it or you can number it to make it where you can find it later. But let's say that I needed a folder for today. I would create a new folder, right? And then I'd just put an exclamation point in front of it to make it important and call this POU 680 in Covington County. Okay. So now when I create that, it's going to put it right up here, right? So when I double click on the folder, again, there's nothing in it. But today I want to make a form. And so that's not a doc or a sheet or a slide. It's the fourth option. It's called a Google form. Okay. Now from this form, I'm going to make an attendance sheet. Okay. So at the very top here, and this is very similar to old school Office PowerPoint. When you open a PowerPoint, they used to give you a template and you go in and just start entering information, right? So for me, I want to do an attendance for today. And I would call it POU 680, right? And I would say Covington County. Right? And now when I click on Untitled Form at the top, it also superimposes whatever I put in the title here. Okay. Now the next thing is, you see where it says Untitled Question? It's trying to make this as an assessment for teachers. I can make a criteria where I can ask a question and it will let me make an answer. I don't want that yet. I need to have everybody's last name, comma, first name. So the very first question here, sounds weird, but I'm going to change this to last name, first name. And notice that where it says multiple choice, it automatically flipped that to short answer even before I finish typing. So when I send this to you, right, what you're going to do is you're going to fill it out with last name, first name, right? And then the second thing I can do is I can ask for your Chalkable or now PowerSchool email associated with your account. So I can cross-reference you to make sure that it aligns to my attendance. Okay? So you see where it says plus here? I'm going to add another field or question. So I add a question, and now I'm going to put in school email. Okay? Not your personal, your school one, because it needs to be the one lined up. Now I'm going to hit plus, right? And then I can ask any other question I wanted. Okay? But because we'll meet, and let's say that you were an administrator and once a month you had meetings, right? Well, you can make a field here that would automatically be edited every time you add a new date. So for instance, let's say date of meeting or training. Okay? I'm going to go and call this, look at my choices, multiple choice, checkbox, drop down. I'm going to use drop down. You see that? I like drop down because now, see my options? I can put in the options for, let's say our first meeting that we had was 2 weeks ago. Do y'all remember the date from 2 weeks ago that we met? 18th. All right. I can put that date in as September. So I'm going to go over here and put it in for September 18. And then I go to my second option and I put today's date. And then we have a third one coming. Y'all know when our third one is? November 13th. And then our makeup day is December. Y'all know the December date? 4th. Okay. All right. So if you were having faculty meetings and you still didn't know your dates, that's okay. You can go in and edit this and add those dates as you move along. Okay. So is that okay so far? I'm done with the form. I've got everything I want in it, and I'm in the edited view. Think of PowerPoint. You know how you have a PowerPoint and you're in where you can edit it? You know how you have slideshow view where it's in big view? When it's in big view, you can't edit, right? That's what you need to remember about forms. If you send this form out in this field, let's just say I copied that URL and I send this out, they'll mess it up. That means that they can edit your fields. Do not do this. You need to have it in almost like a full view. And your full view is that eyeball. You see that preview? When I hit preview, it makes it where it's a living form that can be filled out. If I don't, they'll get in there and edit those things. If I don't have it in eyeball, I know it's in full view because I have a pencil that says you can go back to editor. You wouldn't see that if I send it out to you because I'm the creator of the form, right? So if I send this to you, you can now fill it out. Now, your teachers have phones. If you have a faculty meeting, you want them to fill this out with their phone, right? So what you would do is this. You would convert this to a QR code, something that can be seen. Now, that long URL is what I need to send to you right now. I could drop it into our class right now and have you fill it out there. I could just put it right in here, and I could add this as a URL in my LMS. But for you folks, because you're teachers, or you have teachers that are going to be there to complete these, we're going to take this live form and copy that URL, okay? And then I'm going to open a free tool called qrstuff.com. Free. And all I do is I go down here and I follow for the 4 steps. Number 1, data type. Spoiler alert, don't change it. Just leave it. Number 2, copy your URL. 3, choose a color. And let's say I'm staying with purple. See how it turned purple? And 4, download. So it downloaded my QR code, and I can put this on a screen. And when your faculty members show up, all they have to do is open this. That's why I took a video of that. So the video we got right now playing is about 4 minutes long, and you're able to watch this at any time. So this is a QR code, right? You see that? If I had it, I'm the guy that would do this, though. I would have it where it downloaded. I'm looking for the download now. I'm recording this, so it's still there. I've lost my recordings. Let's see. There's my QR stuff. Let me download it again so I can see it. There it is. I lost it. I like to show it in the folder. This is a Microsoft thing. There it is. There it is right there, right? So I'll take it and I'll drag it over where I can find it. Oops. Is that it? Because it just jumped on me. Did you see it jump? That's it. It's purple. So that's my QR code. Now, as a faculty, let's say that you were in your Google Drive right now and you had a presentation for your folks, right? So the most recent thing I opened was this morning. It was the presentation. So I jumped over to my Google Drive for a second, and there's that presentation. You have faculty presentations all the time, right? Where you put content in. Well, what I can do is take that QR code, and I can just drop it on a slide. And I'm not showing anything crazy here, right? I'm going to go to Insert, a new slide. And I'm just putting a blank old slide right here. And if I don't like the layout, this is just straight up PowerPoint 95. I'm going to go blank. And I can just put that QR code in there. That is why I just put it on my desktop. See how I just drug it? Okay, neat part is this. If I was a faculty, right, and I wanted to take attendance, all I got to do now is hit present. And when they walk in, tell them to get the phones out. All right? And this is the part, y'all are going to like this more than anything we do today. You just go to your camera, just the camera. Just go to the camera. Don't take a picture. Just hold the lens up, and look what it does. It gives you a gray pop-up, and it lets you do attendance for today. So that little sign-in sheet that I did with you, great, but this is much more efficient. Anybody that doesn't have an iPhone on right now, you can just use mine to fill out the form. But can y'all fill that out real quick? Anybody that doesn't have an iPhone? Now, he's got an iPad. Now, the little gray bubble will show up at the top, okay? And all you got to do is touch it, and it will go right to this form. Could you see where your faculty could do this? You know how they have to line up and they have to sign in a form, and they're yakking, and they're 15 minutes late, and you have to wait? Yes, sir. Now, if you have a Droid, right, or a Google phone, you want to download a QR code. All right? And the one I like is a Enigma. A pinch it if you're in the back, you just zoom in, and a gray bubble will show. There it is. Now you touch the gray bubble on the top, and they do attendance. Once you train your faculty, they'll know to do this. And it keeps a running record of every single meeting you have. Yeah, go ahead and fill it out. Now, I gave you a sign-in sheet like this, right? This is gray, but this didn't collect your emails and all the other information. But if I got everybody in a digital format, right? Anybody else need to fill it out? Of course, your teachers could fill in for somebody else. You know, for credit. So I'm gonna stop my little section here.